Do you have aerosol paint cans that are just flat, doesn't have that much air left on them, or maybe no air at all, but you can still hear that there's liquid in there? Or maybe you just have a brand new one that just lost air for some reason? Well, stay tuned. I got a way for you to recharge them to make them like new again. So make sure you stay tuned. Hey there friends, welcome to Fix This House. If you're new to the channel, consider pressing the subscribe and notification bell so you can always be in tune on DIYs, how-to videos, and product reviews that I do within this channel. Every year, thousands and thousands of spray cans are being wasted and thrown away because they no longer have any charge left in them, even though they still have liquid inside them. So let me show you a pretty cool trick that you can do to resave this. Let's recharge these cans, and I'm going to show you what you need to do it. So let's go. So just to show you that there's very little or no air left on these two cans, I got WD-40, a very common household product that's used, and I got this VHT spray paint can, and we're going to test out. You can still hear that there is liquid in here, so I'll put it next to my microphone, shaking it like this, and there's probably a little bit more left in here as well. And let's go squirt it out and see if there's anything left. So you can see that and there's only a little bit coming out of there. See that? Very low pressure. Okay, you can still hear a little bit of air hissing, but air is out of this one. Okay, so there's no air on that one. So the tools that you're going to need for this project is this right here. If you don't know what this is a tire valve. You can easily get one of these if you go to your tire shop and ask them, hey, do you have one that you can spare, a used tire valve? If you can't find one, I got one that you can get for cheap, and that is this one actually. This is a tubeless tire valve, and if you need this, I'll leave the link on the description down below. The next one you need is this tire inflator. Now this tire inflator is the one that I like to use because it has a gauge on there. This is 120 psi. This is very, very inexpensive. They're less than $20, and it's by EP Auto, made in the USA. Check the link out in the description down below if you need one of these as well. Another reason why I like this tire inflator is because it has this right here. It has this locking device. Check out this valve stem cap. If you insert this tire valve, it locks it right there, so this doesn't come out. And also, very important, you will need an air compressor. This is just a little tiny pancake air compressor that I have. It's a 6-gallon, 150 psi. It does have a regulator right here. I did set the regulator up to 120 psi. This one, the tank pressure, was going to be 150. Well, I need to charge it a little bit more. So also, you will need a air hose like this one. Okay? All this, I'll link on the description down below. So if you know me, friends, I'm all about safety. Whenever you're working with any types of chemicals, please wear nitrile gloves, anything to protect your hands, your body, and also make sure you wear safety glasses because we are going to be working with high pressure air. And because we're working with high pressure air, make sure you wear your earmuffs, hearing protection. Okay, friends? Now also I want to add, since we are going to be filling these cans with air, make sure that you check the SDS, the safety data sheet, or formerly known as the material safety data sheet, or there's also the technical data sheet to check how much pressure is each on these cans from the manufacturer. This one, it says on the technical data sheet to 95 to 110, I believe, or this one's going to be quite the same, but make sure you check and do your research on your own on how much PSI these cans, because if you overfill it, it could cause serious harm. So make sure that you check before filling these out. First, let's go with the WD-40. Now, as you all know, these WD-40s have these special caps on them. But in order to do this, you have to have some sort of nipple or a little stem that is coming out from the can like this. Make sure it's not broken. Sometimes it's too deep on here, as you can see. So what you actually need to do is you need to relieve little by little until you get the right amount, so that you can have enough so that when you push it, it will depress this down. Because if you know, if you can actually push this nipple down just like that. We can take our utility knife. Okay, just take your time. Circle around it like this. Move it around. It's nice and cut. I know it's not perfect, but it should be enough. Now you can see much more clear where the charging is right there. If we go and press it down right here, there is now a gap. Hear that? There's actually a little bit of air still coming out, and there's a little bit of WD-40 coming off of that one. Nice and charged. Now this is a little extra that I like to do. This is just some clear plastic. This actually is for a face shield. very thin, hard plastic. What we're gonna do is we're gonna create some sort of barrier or shield so that when we start inflating this, we don't have all this stuff spewing right at us. Find somewhere in the middle, cut a hole in there and make a little cutout. If you're wearing safety glasses, you can wear a face shield, but this one is actually a good one to use whenever you're filling out any type of can, because if you are filling a paint can just like this one, you could have paint spewing all over your face or anywhere. Now, since this is just a mock-up, I don't mind this thing getting all dirty and stuff. It's not the prettiest cutout, but it will go over like this. See that? Will act as a shield to prevent all that splatter going on you. All right. So now let's charge this WD-40. Attach it right out there, nice and firm, so it doesn't go off, like so. So now we have our guard. Taking this and putting it right on the top, press down and then inflate. We're gonna pressurize it up to 90 psi just to be safe. Press down and then squeeze the trigger. See that splatter? You hear that bubbling? See the pressure now is at 60. To test it out, it's at 80. Squeeze a little bit more. 80. Right there. It's at 90. Let go. You hear that little purge. So now you're going to get a little bit of dripping going on. See all that splatter on the wall? Now I got to change this out. We have a working WD-40. Now it's back. See that? Now it's squirting back on. Works like a charm. So there you have it, friends. You didn't waste a perfectly good WD-40 with still liquids inside. You have pressure inside there. You're good to go. Now it's time to do the paint can. I know there's probably not that much paint left on here, but there is no pressure left on this one. So as you can see, let's test this out now. What we're going to do is we're going to take this out. I'm going to take the top nozzle out. Now we have this left. We're just doing this for test purposes. And yeah, there's a little bit of paint coming out. It's barely empty can, but yeah, you can do it with paint cans as well. So here's another pretty cool trick, friends, another cool hack. If you don't want to use one of these guards, just take this out. If you have a cap of any spray can, or if you have the cap of this WD-40, if it does come with it, you can reuse this cap and use this as a shield as well. All you have to do is drill a hole right through here. Let me show you. Using here is a half drill bit. See, now you have a hole right in the middle. Take your utility knife, make sure you wear some cut resistant gloves. These aren't cut resistant gloves, but just be very careful, wear some sort of gloves. And you can use this to maybe cut off all the way around half of this. I'm using the inside cap as a guide. Do not cut towards your body, like so. Cut out the inside tab. So you're cutting the inside so that you don't have that dip. Once you cut it in 4 areas on the middle, you can easily just snap this out. You can reuse this over and over. To test this out on the top of the cap, notice how that it looks like that. You can take your modified valve or your regular valve that you didn't cut out, depending on how high the inside nipple are. This is a little bit longer, so definitely you can use the deeper one, the unmodified one. Insert it on which one will work. Just press it in and make sure that the ridge will go on the outside like that. Now you have a perfectly good inflator guard. Instead of using this guard, it looks a lot cleaner. All you have to do is take this cap. Well, first you want to put it in here, attach it to your tire inflator. You have this pretty cool cap, and you have something to lay your palm on the top of this cap, and at the same time you can push down and then inflate, and see that? Now you don't have all that blowback going onto you. Given this is already pressurized, but now you don't have all that stuff flying all over the place. This will act as a guard. You can reuse this over and over. Let me know what you think on the comments down below. So there you have it, friends. If you have any ideas or suggestions that you want to share with us, please leave it in the comment section down below and share it with the community. And again, friends, be very, very careful whenever pressurizing any type of aerosol cans. Make sure you consult and check out the SDS, or previously known as the MSDS sheet, or technical data sheet of each can that you're going to pressurize, to make sure that you're pressurizing it to the right PSI level. Make sure you wear proper PPE, personal protection equipment, including your safety glasses. And again, friends, this is a pretty cool way of recharging those flat cans. Again, friends, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed and found this video super helpful, please hit that big thumbs up, press the subscribe notification bell, and I'll see you, friends, on the next video.